It's Wednesday. Sorry, no, it's Tuesday, 3rd of October, 2023. I just wanted to mention something that is now on the Terra Illumination channel, but that you probably wouldn't be aware of. I did mention it on Sunday night because I had a rip-roaring weekend with my brother who came to visit me, and he hosted me and took me out to this spectacular event over at a new place called the Sphere here in Las Vegas. And it really is a sphere. It's an actual building. It's enormous. It looks like an enormous planet that just landed in the middle of Las Vegas Strip. Anyway, there's a famous rock band that was on display. It was the second night ever with a performance to showcase and christen the new sphere. And I was overwhelmed. It was spectacular. And I think of it as a moment in history. History in the making when it comes to showbiz entertainment, live theater, live entertainment, whether you like the band U2 or not becomes irrelevant at this point. It was just simply a part of history, and I felt like I was so incredibly lucky to be there. The first night, apparently, my friends were telling me that it was a little bit nerve-wracking because no one's ever done this before. Even a band as successful and big as U2, they were a little anxious. But anyway, it went very, very well. And I was very lucky because I was ushered around different backstage this, backstage that. And at one point I was allowed to hang out with some of the team, the production team that takes care of all the actual lighting and the display. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. And then, of course, I have my awesome brother, and everybody there knows him because of what he does. And that's, of course, how I got in, because I'm his brother. So he pulls strings for himself, and I get a little pull on a string too. So that was it. Thank you very, very much, my dear brother. Anyway, I wanted to let you all know that I have made 3 little videos from the event, and I've put them on the Terra Illumination channel under a playlist. So if you're interested and you want to have a look, you can go to the Terra Illumination channel and go to the column that says playlist, and that will open up a playlist of, I think it's 7 videos memorializing the event. Now remember, it's just me and my smartphone, so what you would see is only a tiny fraction of the spectacle itself. There's no way that I could, all I could do is capture like a feel, like some snippets. You have to understand the sphere is very, very big. There were 18,000 people inside this bubble. The sound was spectacularly pristine. You could hear it from anywhere and everywhere. Perfect, like almost like you're in a small bar band close up to the stage with a band that doesn't play too loud, but you can hear everything and it's still loud enough to be exciting. And I was learning so much about the technology of the sound and how they do it. It's freaking mind-boggling. Anyway, so I'm inviting you to go to this Terra Illumination channel and go to the playlist. And if you want to see what it looks like inside the sphere for this U2 concert, you'll get a glimpse. Now, my phone didn't have great audio, so you can play the sound if you want to, but it's the visuals I'm trying to convey. 1 or 2 of the videos actually shows a little bit of the audience, so you can get a degree of scale. And there's another couple snippets where you can see the band on the stage, and you realize, wow, the stage is tiny compared to your usual, like maybe like a major like EDM concert, where you've got 50,000 people and all the music is doing for days on end. This is completely different. It was actually a very intimate feeling. Despite the size of the event, it's because of the way the whole thing is designed. You feel you're almost right there with the band right up to the stage. It's just mind-boggling. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know. All right, so that's first part of this little video. And the next part, again, that's why I titled this little video Historic Times or Historic Moments or whatever I put up there. I can't remember. Anyway, what I'm seeing is that there's incredible things that are happening in Washington, D.C. right now. I'm not going to get stuck into it on this video because you know how I get in trouble. But it's to do with the previous president. It's also to do with the current president, Grandpa Joe. It's also to do with the Speaker of the House, Kevin, and all the politics going around it. There's also to do with the budget, trillions of dollars of American dollars sloshing around and what to do about it. And it's all happening in such a way that it's breaking new ground in history. The things that are happening, when you go into the details, you start to look at it. Okay, it's just another day in Washington. 99% of people just don't care. They're not interested. But when you actually look and you realize, oh my God, what just happened? What's actually happening? Well, you know how I like to blame the planets for everything. What I am seeing and what I'm personally correlating is that big, fat kite. Okay, in the astrology, it's a kite. It looks like a kite. And if you watch my regular videos, you'll see on my astrodoodles, it looks like a kite. There's a big, fat, harmonious grand trine, as it's called, between all the Taurus, the Capricorn, and the Virgo energy. And at the tip of it, there is a sextile with Pisces vibes in the middle, and it forms a kite shape. And the kite shape creates, at least from my perspective, my analysis, it creates a sort of a bedrock of stability and reality and comfort and safety and no nonsense, while at the same time, we're getting what to me amounts to a massive sewage spill across the world, as anything and everything that is fake, false, full of betrayal, lies, deception, criminality, even I would say evil. It's having a chance to be exposed. You got to reveal it to heal it. And the healing process is actually happening. That's how I look at it anyway. It's actually happening. It's very, very painful. It's like watching one of those hospital drama TV shows from 20 years ago where it's just blood and guts everywhere inside the emergency room and everyone's freaking out with all the drama and everything. It's sort of like that. That's how I see it. And it's shaking everything up for the good. Ultimately, I believe for the good. Now, the question is, where do you stand? How do you define what's good for you? What's good for you may be different to what's good for me, and so on for, billions of people. There are things that are happening for me personally that I'm really, really enjoying. I like to see some of the things that I'm witnessing. And my jaw has been dropping for the last few days, and today was pretty spectacular as well. Again, I'm not going to go into too much details, but it's all about politics and a lot of taboo subjects. It's all over the internet. You can do your own research. It's to do with Washington politics. Let's just call it that for now, okay? Just leave it like that. Excuse me, I'm just trying to, I have allergies, and so my nose gets very irritated very quickly. And anyway, pretty much every channel that I go to as a resource is getting similar messages from Google and YouTube that I've shared that with you before. It's basically like these coaching and warning communications from their community guidelines department, basically sending messages to me like, you need to watch out. You need to learn how to censor yourself. Whatever censoring you're doing right now needs to be, there's room for improvement. And it's quite shocking when you read this stuff. You realize, like, my God, do you think I'm actually stupid, Mr. Google, Alphabet, YouTube? I know what you're doing. I understand how and why you're doing what you do. You can't help it. This is who you are. This is what you do. But do you understand how despicable this is? And like Love Triber was sharing with me today, another similar story from another channel that frequently delves into these controversial taboo subjects that you're not allowed to talk about on YouTube and mainstream media. And what is so absurd is that the message that I got basically tells me, hello, what you need to do is censor yourself in such a way that it's okay to mention in a sort of alluding to these controversial subjects, the big controversial subjects that we all know, okay? But you're not. You must tailor your words and your show, your broadcast, your content in such a way that you don't stir up, let's say, revolution, or you don't instill anger or try to encourage people to basically think for themselves and have freedom of speech. It's like, we don't really want you to do that. It messes up our business model, okay? We don't want to shut you down because that looks like we're actually as bad as we are. So we're just going to, like, you have to censor yourself. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. There's so much more to cover right now, but I can't do it at this moment, so we'll try something else later on. I saw that a couple of people showed up for this little live stream. Thank you very much. And take care. Love thyself. Remember, you got to reveal things to heal things. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. There we go. Bye-bye.